how you can improve your English in just 30 days. Why you should listen, how you should listen, and what you should listen to. Yes, it is possible. Watch the full video to understand the steps that I share in the video, what you should do in order to improve your English in just 1 month. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I am going to discuss how you can improve your English in just 30 days. First of all, is it possible for you to improve your English in just 30 days? The answer is yes, it is possible. It all depends on you, your dedication, how much time you are giving for practice and how effectively you are practicing. Watch the full video to understand the steps that I share in the video, what you should do in order to improve your English in just 1 month. Now, let's get into today's video. See, for improving English, what do you need? There are some aspects which you need to improve on. The first aspect is improve and reduce your grammatical errors. Number 2 is vocabulary building. Number 3 is better sentence structure. And number 4, the ultimate goal, improve your fluency. So, in order to improve all these aspects of your language, what you need to do is you need to dedicate sufficient time to work on your English skills. 2 hours of practice every day is ideal. You need to distribute your time. Suppose you are giving 1 hour to English. Okay, this is just for example. Every day you are giving 1 hour to English. Then in that 1 hour, you need to give 30 minutes to speaking alone, 20 minutes to listening, and 10 minutes for reading. I am telling this in general. The summary is you need to distribute your time into the following ratio: 50, 30, 20. Okay, so 50% of the time for speaking practice, 30% of the time for listening, and 20% of the time for reading. Now, why this ratio? By the end of this video, you will figure it out yourself. Now, let's talk about all of these aspects in detail. Why you should listen, how you should listen, and what you should listen to. Even for reading, I am going to discuss important points. So, let's continue watching the video. Let's deal with the first aspect, which is listening. This is very important step if you want to learn things quickly. If a person is surrounded by a language or listens to a specific language continuously, he will start understanding the language without having to put any extra effort. Let me give you an example. See, I have a temple beside my home. Every morning they play devotional songs in the temple. And in a very short time, I learned the songs without actually investing any extra time for learning it. I'm sure many of you will be able to relate to something like this. This is one of the examples to show how powerful listening is. Have you noticed children? How do they learn a language? Just by listening. First, they pick up single words, and after a long time, they link words together and form sentences and start speaking. A person who has never read, written, or learnt a language formally can also learn a language just by listening. Just by listening, you will start to understand the language completely. You should give extra time to listening as compared to reading, because when you listen, you get to learn the pronunciation of words. While reading, you don't have that advantage. The advantage while reading is you will get to know the spellings of words. While listening, it is important that you listen to good speakers whose pronunciation, grammar, and sentence structures are on point, so that you learn the right things right from the start. Now let's come to what you should listen to. See, there are so many examples. You can listen to podcasts, then English speeches, TEDx talks, English conversations, English songs, etc. Now let's come to reading. Why is reading important? Because while reading, you can see the words, you can learn new vocabulary, and have you noticed that the language and expressions used in books are quite different to the language used in real life? It is quite convenient for you to also carry a book while you are using the public transport, while you are commuting to your office or college. In that time, you can read one page of the book. You figure it out. I am sure you will find ways and means of including reading in your everyday practice, at least one page a day. Now let's come to what should you read. Choose any genre which you are interested in. There are so many options: drama, suspense, thriller, self help, motivation, history, politics, etc. Whatever interests you. Don't just blindly buy a book that someone else suggests. It is their interest. You discover your own interest, or else very soon you will get bored and give up on your reading habit. So make sure to choose accordingly. Also, try to understand the sentences. Don't just read randomly. Try to understand the context in which the words are used. Try to read every word mindfully, because your intention is not the story but English. And also, if possible, try to read from a book. This is my personal opinion. Reading straight from paper gives a different feeling as compared to reading from electronic media. Now, it's not mandatory, of course, but it was just my opinion and I said it. Now, let's come to the most important aspect: speaking. This is the most important one and the most challenging of all. See, it's not enough to just read and listen. By listening and reading, you will just get to know grammar, sentence structure, vocabulary, pronunciation. But these things just stay in your mind as passive learning. You need to make them active, or else they are just waste. That is why many people complain that I know so much. Why am I not able to speak? I start fumbling in spite of knowing the answer. It's all there in my head. All this happens because you are not using all that you have learned. Now that you have learned English and gained knowledge through listening and reading, it's time to put it into practice. And unless you speak, you are not going to improve. See, it's like somebody saying, I know how to bat, I know how to bowl, but still I am unable to play cricket. Unless you get into the ground and actually hold that bat in your hand, you will never know how easy or difficult it is for you to play. Likewise, unless you speak, you won't learn. It needs a lot of practice in order to even reach an intermediate level of speaking. Now, let's see how to practice speaking. Firstly, let us see how to practice speaking alone. I have put up a detailed video on my channel where I have discussed tips like mirror talk, recording yourself, and imitation. So please go and watch the complete video so that you will get helpful tips on how you can practice English speaking alone. I would say that it is better that you practice with a partner in order to gain confidence. Practicing alone is still okay, but as the next step, try practicing with a partner. You can find speaking partners online. In this era of internet, it's not that difficult to find a speaking partner. If you're not finding any person to practice English, maybe you're not searching enough. You can also try free practice apps like Ace Fluency, which will give you free talk time to practice with co-learners. When it comes to practicing English, all these steps you can follow. But if you want to improve really faster, I strongly recommend that you practice speaking with people who are better in English compared to you. Try to join spoken English platforms. Learn from tutors. It is important that you get constructive feedback. on which areas you need to improve. In that way, you can work on those specified areas, and like this, your English will get better and you can improve faster. So, please do all these steps that I have discussed in this video: listening, reading, and speaking. Do not miss any single day. Practice continuously for 30 days starting from today, and you will notice how your English has improved in such a short period of time. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Also, please share it with all your friends who are in their language learning journey. Please subscribe to the channel if you like my content. I will see you soon in another video. Take care. Bye.